Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's tutorial I'll show you how to make this ivy Christmas wreath. To create my Christmas wreath I'll be using freshly cut ivy with berries on, and as you can see I have plenty of this ivy foliage. Also I will need a base for the wreath, so I'll be reusing this old base from last year which has a metal base there and a moss wrapped around, all around that metal base. As you can see I have wrapped this moss on with hessian thread all around, so I'll be using this old wreath base. This is my last year's wreath, and as you can see that metal base is wrapped with moss all around, and this is my last year's wreath. I will use the same technique to create my ivy wreath this year. Now I'll show you how I make my ivy Christmas wreath. So I have this ivy branch which is a bit too long, so I'm cutting this ivy branch to approximately 18 centimeters, so it looks like that, and getting more ivy branches, putting them together, and I'm making sure that they are same length, so I'm removing excess length off and putting all branches together. And the length from there to top is approximately 18 to 15 centimeters. So I'm happy with this ivy bunch. Next I'm placing this ivy bunch on top of the wreath base, holding this hand over these leaves like that so they are secure. Next I'm using hessian thread and I'm wrapping this hessian thread around the ivy stems. I'm gathering another ivy bunch, same length. So it looks like that, and placing this ivy bunch, another ivy bunch on top of the stems of the first bunch like that, holding all of those leaves with this hand, and I'm wrapping hessian thread all around the stems, so all of the stems are secured on this wreath base securely. I will repeat same process. It's super easy. I made my last year's Christmas wreath same way. So basically I got a bunch of foliage and I put them on top of each other like that and secure stems with the hessian thread. Super easy to make and it looks amazing. So I'll repeat same process again, creating another ivy bunch, placing that bunch on top of the other stems and securing those stems with hessian thread. And I'll repeat same process again. So I'll continue applying these ivy branches all around this wreath base till it is completely covered. And here's my wreath base completely covered, so I have a little bit left there, as you can see. So I'll show you how to finish this wreath base. So I have another bunch of the ivy foliage. I'm placing this ivy foliage under the first ivy foliage. I'm inserting that inside there so it covers that hole, and securing that gap with hessian thread, and that's how I finish that gap. Super easy. Next I will reuse my last year's bow too, and I will place this bow in the middle there. I'm securing this bow at the back with the knots and evening out the bow so it looks nice and neat. Next I will use a door hook, and I will place this door hook at the back to hang my wreath up, and my wreath is finished. So this is how my wreath looks. It is super easy to make this sort of wreath in this technique. You're just literally wrapping foliage around the base. If you have any questions how I made this wreath, please comment down below in a comment box. Also, I highly recommend to water your wreath regularly so it lasts longer. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope it was useful. We'll see you next time. Love, Anita.